The Norwich University football team has added 3 new assistant football coaches for the 2015 season. Jeff Fell, Brian Hayes, and Adam Sheekwin all joined the Norwich coaching staff, and we got an opportunity to sit down with all 3 of our new coaches.
Before I got the opportunity to come to Norwich, I previously was coaching football and lacrosse at Maine Maritime Academy. I was in the New England Football Conference. For football, I was coaching the defensive line, and for lacrosse, I was coaching their extra man situations and also helping with the offense.
Why Norwich? What kind of drew you to Norwich?
Well, I know of a lot of people who have either been here or coached here previously, and there's a lot of pride when it comes to this institution. There's a lot of pride which comes with the tradition. It comes of the alumni, the graduates, and the people that make this place so great, especially the athletic department. I mean, in and of itself, Norwich, one of the premier ROTC and military-type schools. My father was a Marine for 20 years, so I truly respect the service and the amount of work that's required out of a Norwich cadet, and I'm proud to be a part of their development.
And I guess last, what are you most looking forward to this year?
I'm excited to win another ECFC championship. This team has seen success year after year in this conference, and I'm excited what the future holds. I think we have a real great staff that came in with me, with Coach Hayes and Coach Sheekwin, and a lot of positivity, a lot of energy into these preseason meetings with returning guys and a lot of the freshmen that are coming in there, and we hope to hold the dominance that we've had in this conference from years past.
Well, last season I spent a year as the offensive coordinator at a high school in Nashville. Prior to that, I spent 5 years as a quarterbacks coach and offensive coordinator at Anna Maria College in Massachusetts. I spent a year as a quarterbacks coach at Assumption, and then prior to that, I was a coach at a junior college for 4 seasons in Mississippi.
So why Norwich? What drew you to Norwich?
I think the biggest thing is the opportunity to win. I mean, I think they do a really good job of creating a winning culture here. They strive for excellence here, and I think that's a great thing. And just competing against them, I know that their staff does a really good job in everything they do. And it was just it was a really easy decision when I got offered the job, and I knew this was the place I want to be.
And you mentioned you competed against them, obviously, at Anna Maria for a number of seasons. What's kind of your biggest takeaway from competing against Norwich, kind of from the other sideline?
They just played really hard, and they were well coached. I mean, Coach Murn, scheming against him because I was the offensive coordinator. I mean, he was the hardest guy to prepare for, and it was just really tough to play them defensively because some of the things they did. But again, they just played really hard. They're really good players, and like I said, they could pour it on you pretty good. So it's nice to be on the other side of that now.
So I did my undergraduate at Castleton State College, now Castleton University. I was part of the first team in 2009 as a player. I was elected captain as a sophomore. Coming back during my sophomore year, I cracked a vertebrae in my back and was offered a student coaching position. So for my junior and senior year, I was a student assistant coaching the outside linebackers. And upon my graduation for my undergraduate, I was offered the graduate assistant position, and I coached defensive line my first year as a graduate assistant at Castleton, followed by inside linebackers my second year, and I was also the recruiting coordinator as well. To be honest with you, the tradition and the coaching staff, to have the opportunity and the ability to work with Coach Murniak, Coach Russell, and as a Vermont guy, Coach Mike Stone as well. It's a dream come true to have the opportunity to not only learn football from these guys, but to become a better man and to surround myself with guys of this caliber and to just learn as much football and to learn as much about life from them as well.
Played at Castleton, coached at Castleton, now you're here at Norwich. They're obviously big football rivals, so what's it like kind of being on the other side of the coin here?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is the amount of coaches that each school has. Coming from Castleton, there was 3 full-time coaches and 2 graduate assistants. So a lot of the administrative duties and everything I was lucky that I got to do a lot of those duties. Well, now at Norwich, with 8 full-time coaches, a lot of those duties are spread out amongst the 8 coaches, so there's less and less for each coach to do, which is great because now they can focus a lot more of their attention on the football and academics and everything like that. And then obviously the core. Coming from Castleton, no one was going to leave practice to go have to do the core or whatever other extracurricular activities that they are. At Norwich, I know there's going to be rookdom.
The Norwich football team reported to preseason camp on Friday, August 14th, and the season kicks off on Saturday, September 5th at RPI. This video was produced by Norwich Athletic Communications.